The bossy female CEO goes to the country and spots a weird phenomenon. The stores in this small town share her assistant's exact last name. She starts to suspect that this broke loser she worked with for 3 years might be a hidden billionaire heir, but she never dreamed that this accidental trip would completely change the rest of her life. Margaret is a $1 million newspaper exec. She holds immense power at work, basically second only to the big boss, but her tough lady image makes employees secretly call her the Wicked Witch. Andrew is just a normal assistant. He hustles non-stop every day, not only following Margaret's every move, but also running across town every morning, just to get her favorite coffee. If Andrew gets the coffee wrong, Margaret mercilessly forces him to work late as punishment. Under these harsh conditions, he has worked with Margaret for 3 years, and in all that time, Andrew has barely taken a single day off.
And I need you around this weekend to help review his files and his manuscript.
This weekend?
You have a problem with that?
No, I just my grandmother's 90th birthday, so I was gonna go home and it's fine. I'll cancel it.
Margaret is quite happy with her on-call assistant, but as a top executive, she must treat everyone equally. Even if the VP makes a mistake, she shows no mercy.
Bob, I'm letting you go. You're fired.
Margaret bluntly tells the VP he's slacking off on the job. It's time for him to pack up.
I will give you 2 months to find another job, and then you can tell everyone you resign.
Before the VP can even process it, Margaret walks away proudly. Her arrogance instantly triggers the VP, and he storms out in pure anger.
You poisonous bitch!
His curses echo through the hallway. He yells that Margaret is cold-hearted and will die alone, but Margaret replies calmly.
Listen carefully, Bob. I didn't fire you because I feel threatened. No, I fired you because you're lazy, entitled, incompetent, and you spend more time cheating on your wife than you do in your office. And if you say another word, Andrew here is going to have you thrown out on your ass.
Her logical comeback instantly leaves the VP speechless. At the company, Margaret is known for being bossy and ruthless. That's everyone's consensus of her, though her style is tough for her staff to swallow. Because of her brilliant performance, the big boss always tolerates it. But this time, Margaret made a huge mistake. Busy with work, she forgot to renew her visa. Now it's expired, and immigration is deporting her. This is an absolute nightmare for Margaret. Worse yet, the board plans that once she's deported, they'll replace her with the VP she just fired.
Needed an editor-in-chief. He's the only person in the building who has enough experience.
You cannot be serious. I beg of
Margaret,
you. I beg.
we are desperate to have you stay.
Right at this critical moment, Andrew walks into her office. Looking at Andrew, Margaret gets a crazy idea.
And, well, I think there's something that you should know. We are getting married.
Who is getting married?
You and I. You and I are getting married. Yes.
We are.
Getting married.
We're getting married.
Yes.
Though her boss is pretty shocked, he's actually happy for Margaret. As long as they register the marriage ASAP, Margaret will legally get a new status and stay in the US.
Wait. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you.
Gentlemen.
Giving Andrew no chance to speak, she drags him back to the office.
I'm not gonna marry you.
Sure you are. Bob is going to fire you the second I'm gone. Guaranteed. That means you're out on the street alone looking for a job. That means all the time that we spent together, all the lattes, all the canceled dates, all the midnight Tampax runs were all for nothing, and all your dreams of being an editor are gone.
Andrew is completely stunned. He has no interest in her at all. But thinking of his 3 years of hard work, he reluctantly agrees to the deal. Once the legal period is up, they can divorce immediately. They quickly head to immigration to register, but the agent instantly spots their total lack of chemistry. He warns them that faking a marriage for a green card is a serious felony, punishable by 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Facing this threat, Andrew is visibly nervous, but Margaret thinks fast, saying they're visiting his hometown this weekend for his grandma's 90th birthday, where they'll announce their engagement. After a brief moment of panic, Andrew gathers his courage and makes up a romantic story about how working late together made him fall helplessly in love with her. Though they barely passed the test, the agent reminds them they'll be questioned separately next week. If they are caught lying, they are going straight to jail. Leaving the office, Andrew feels extremely unbalanced. He thinks he's taking a massive risk and deserves a better reward, so he gives Margaret new terms. Besides publishing his book, she must also give him a promotion.
Promote you to editor? No.
Then I quit and you're screwed. Bye-bye, Margaret.
With her back to the wall, Margaret has to yield. She promises to promote him the second she gets her green card. However, Andrew feels she's being a bit dismissive and demands she show more sincerity.
Ask me nicely.
Ask you nicely what?
Ask me nicely to marry you, Margaret.
Surprisingly, the once arrogant female CEO has to bow down just to secure her green card.
Sweet. Andrew,
I'm listening.
would you please, cherries on top, marry me?
This twist finally lets Andrew hold his head high. Later, Margaret flies with Andrew to his hometown. On the plane, Margaret bluntly mocks his family's financial status. She even insists they live at her place after marriage.
And why wouldn't we stay at mine?
Central Park West. and you probably live at some squalid little studio apartment with stacks of yellow penguin classics.
Facing her mockery, Andrew stays super calm. After 3 years together, he's totally used to her personality. But Margaret is getting a bit nervous, not knowing how to face his poor relatives. The plane quickly lands. Grandma is already waiting at the fence. Upon seeing them, Andrew's mom warmly welcomes Margaret. They drive through winding mountain roads, finally reaching a small town. But soon, Margaret notices something very weird. The stores here all start with Andrew's last name.
Please, don't do that.
Didn't tell me about all the family businesses, honey.
She was probably just being modest, dear.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real shocker is yet to come. Back on his home turf, Andrew gets a bit cocky. He stops acting like a timid servant, and just watches Margaret struggle. But seeing her look afraid to climb down the ladder, he still offers a hand.
Hand off ass. Off ass.
Soon they board a yacht, but Margaret's mind is full of doubts. Are they really going to Andrew's house? As they pass a cliff, a massive mansion appears, and Margaret's suspicions are confirmed. Compared to billionaire Andrew, she is the true corporate slave here. To welcome their son home after 3 years, the family throws a huge party. Margaret finally meets Andrew's father. His dad is very strict. He strongly opposes his son, choosing a life as an employee, openly mocking Andrew's job. But Andrew is used to it. At the party, Andrew announces their engagement. Amidst the cheering, the crowd starts chanting, demanding a kiss from the couple. To keep up the act, they have to oblige. But Andrew has no idea. This is actually Margaret's first kiss. In this tipsy atmosphere, these two incredibly unlikely people both feel a spark in their hearts. As night falls, Mom arranges a cozy room for Margaret and Andrew to share. In front of his family, Margaret feels awkward, but doesn't dare refuse. Once the family leaves, Andrew sets up a bed on the floor, sharing a room with his boss for the first time. Andrew's mind is a total mess. Margaret is also full of anxiety, tossing and turning in bed. The next morning, Margaret is woken by her ringing phone. Afraid of waking Andrew up, she quietly steps outside, but as she answers the call, she forgets to close the door. Right then, the expensive family dog follows her out. It barks wildly at her. Suddenly, an eagle swoops down from the sky and grabs the puppy in an instant. Margaret chases it while still on the phone. In a panic, she throws her phone at the bird, managing to save the dog from its grip. But the eagle isn't done yet. It eyes Margaret's phone. Before she can react, the eagle snatches the phone and flies off.
No. Take the doggy. Take the doggy. I need that phone, take the dog!
Andrew's family misunderstands the scene, thinking Margaret is playing with the dog, and quickly label her an animal lover. Andrew is surprised too, never expecting Margaret to have such a cute side. Margaret softly explains the truth to Andrew, but he's still half skeptical.
Oh, I'm serious, he's got my phone and Frank's calling me on that phone.
Andrew then tells Margaret the family will take her to town tomorrow, so she can buy a new phone. Under the family's gaze, Andrew and Margaret put on another affectionate show.
Boop, boop. If you touch my ass one more time, I will cut your balls off in your sleeve. Okay? Yeah. Such a good fiance.
Later, his dad finds Andrew for a deep, serious talk. Dad apologizes for his harsh words yesterday, and since his son is getting married, he wants to give his blessing. However, he also honestly expresses his wish for Andrew to stay in his hometown and inherit the family business.
Yeah, we've already discussed this.
Yeah,
Dad.
I'd like to discuss it again. Responsibilities here. I think I've been more than understanding about you goofing off in New York. I need you to quit playing around
Here
and
we
come
go
home.
again. When are you going to start taking what I do seriously?
Well, when you start acting seriously.
I'm sorry.
This talk fails to mend the rift between them. Soon after, the family sees Andrew storming in angrily. Mom, knowing her son well, instantly blames her husband. She quickly confronts him.
Hey, what are you doing? I didn't do anything. I mean...
Sensing upcoming family drama, Margaret tactfully excuses herself.
I only get to see him every 3 years because of you. You are gonna fix this show. I mean it. Fix it now.
The henpecked dad isn't happy, but dares not speak up. Margaret goes to her room to shower, but Andrew, wearing headphones, doesn't notice.
Why are you wet?
Don't look at me!
Living under the same roof, these awkward little encounters are inevitable. By nightfall, the awkwardness still lingers between them, but their dynamic has quietly started to shift. The previous distance is replaced by deeper mutual respect. Margaret sheds her tough exterior, revealing her softest, truest self. She confesses to Andrew her love for trashy reality TV shows, her obsession with cheesy novels, and even brings up their first kiss. Margaret gradually opens her heart. She shares how it hurt when the VP called her a witch. Though she acted tough on the outside, she was actually crushed inside. Whenever she takes a hit like that, she hides in the bathroom and cries silently. Slowly, A painful past is revealed. When Margaret was only 16, she lost both her parents. Since then, flowers have become a painful trigger for her, because whenever she sees flowers, her mind goes straight to her parents' funeral. In this warm atmosphere of mutual respect, their conversation turns a new page. By the light of the fireplace, their hearts finally find a deep connection. The seed of love quietly takes root. The next morning at dawn, a frantic knock sounds at the door. To keep their cover, Margaret signals Andrew to jump into bed. Luckily, they aren't busted. But shockingly, Andrew's parents plan to throw them a massive wedding tomorrow, combining it with Grandma's birthday. This news drops like a total bombshell on them. They try to make excuses, but Grandma rushes in super excited, crying with joy that her dying wish is to see her grandson married. Unable to refuse this heavy expectation, they have no choice but to play along. But Andrew's heart is a total mess. He's terrified that exposing this fake wedding will cause his family unbearable pain and disappointment. Margaret looks calm and steady on the outside, but her mind is racing. She keeps reminding herself this is just a deal, but she's already caught real feelings. Later, Mom and Grandma take Margaret to their family's bridal shop. From their treasured collection, they pick out a vintage wedding dress for her. Looking at her future daughter-in-law, Mom bursts into tears. Seeing this, Margaret feels increasingly anxious, feeling guilty for betraying their hopes. Then Grandma hands her a family heirloom, softly telling Margaret that this necklace is from their great-grandfather, passed down for 150 years, and now it belongs to her. Facing such a precious gift, Margaret is totally overwhelmed.
Grandmothers love to give their stuff to their grandchildren. It makes us feel like we'll still be part of your lives even after we're gone.
Deeply touched by this long-lost family warmth, her eyes well up with tears, followed by an immense sense of guilt. Margaret quickly finds Andrew and starts up the yacht. These days with Andrew's family gave Margaret a true taste of home. She feels absolute joy, mixed with heavy anxiety. She's terrified this beauty is fleeting, fearing that when she wakes up, everything will vanish, because this beautiful dream built on a fake marriage is inevitably going to shatter. Andrew senses her emotional turmoil. He quickly takes the wheel, but suddenly, a buoy appears out of nowhere. Andrew swerves hard, accidentally throwing Margaret into the water.
Sorry. Come on. Sorry. Come here, you gotta get warm. Come on. Come on. It's okay. It's okay.
They rush back home, but before they can catch their breath, Andrew's dad calls them to the barn. The immigration agent has tracked them down and told his dad about the fake marriage. Right in front of Andrew's dad, the agent demands the truth, promising that if Andrew confesses, he will show leniency. But Andrew firmly chooses to stand by Margaret.
I've been working for Margaret Tate for 3 years. 6 months ago, we started dating. We fell in love. I asked her to marry me. She said yes. I'll see you at the wedding.
Surrounded by flowers and applause, the wedding goes on as planned. Grandma sweetly takes Margaret's hand, walking her down the aisle. But right as the officiant speaks, Margaret interrupts him.
I do have something I need to say.
Margaret, can it wait till after?
In front of all the guests, Margaret honestly confesses her past, bravely reveals the fake marriage, and takes all the blame onto herself.
You have a beautiful family. Don't let this come between you. This was my fault. Sorry.
The guests fall into dead silence. The whole room is completely speechless. Only the agent smirks in triumph. Meanwhile, Andrew feels an inexplicable emptiness. These past days, he saw the soft vulnerability under her tough exterior, and today, he witnessed her pure courage and honesty. He finally realizes that he is deeply in love with this woman. Refusing to let her face this alone, he decisively runs after her, but his father steps in and blocks his way. Just then, Grandma suddenly has a heart attack. They panic and rush her to a helicopter. Amidst all the chaos, Grandma suddenly pulls off her mask.
I'm feeling much better, Sonny. No need to take us to the hospital. Take us to the airport, please.
But he's too late. Margaret is already on a plane to New York. To fix his past mistakes, his dad quickly uses his connections to call in a private jet. Before Margaret can even pack her things and leave, Andrew successfully arrives by her side.
Why are you...
I need to talk to you.
Yeah, well, I don't have time to talk. I need to catch a 5:45 to Toronto. I need the boxes to go out today. I want to make sure everything is...
Margaret, stop talking! 3 days ago, I loathed you. I used to dream about you getting hit by a cab or poisoned.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I told you to stop talking. Then we had our little adventure up in Alaska, and things started to change. Things changed when we kissed. Even when you checked me out when we were naked. I didn't realize any of this until I was standing alone in a barn, wifeless. When it suddenly dawned on me that the woman I love is about to be kicked out of the country. So Margaret, marry me.